Welcome to Jeff Ruby Live. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who are coming back for another edition of the live show, let me know that you're here. Type a yo in the comment section down below or over in the chat box and say hello. And for those of you who are brand new to the show, definitely let me know that you're here. Give me a I'm here down in the chat box. Give me a fist pump. Let me know you're here. I want to say hello because on this show, we want to make sure that we're involved with you as the audience. We want to make sure we can answer your questions, address your concerns, and have some fun with you guys, right? Because that's what this show is all about. So today we are going to be talking about TikTok and how you can use this in your real estate business to launch, build, and scale your business. Now, you may be thinking, TikTok, how could I use this for business? But believe me when I tell you what we're going to talk about today, and with my special guest on here, you guys are going to love this. There's a ton on here. So I want to remind you before we move on, we do this show every week on Wednesdays at noon Mountain Standard Time. I know that's a weird one for you guys, East Coast, West Coast. You're like, well, is that Central? I'm sure you can figure it out there. And each week I bring on a new guest who's going to share their success in their business. It may be in real estate. It may not be in real estate. It could be social media, stuff like TikTok today, but have shown success and have shown they've been able to prove that what they're doing has been successful in their business and how you can use this to build your business. So, like I said, before we move on and bring Austin on here, I want to say thank you to a couple people. And like I said before, the audience is such. Oh, before I go further, if you're watching the replay, you can always fast forward to the 5-minute mark. Fast forward to the 5-minute mark, and we'll get right into it when I bring Austin on here. So I want to say a few thank yous. The audience is what makes this show go. You guys tuning in, having really, really cool guests on here. So I want to make sure that I can reach out and say thank you. And this week, I want to say thank you to a couple of my clients who have really shared some very nice words with me with regard to our working relationship and some things that we've been able to work through to help them in their business and in their lives. So the first person that I want to thank is one of my coaching clients, Wes. And I've known Wes for a while here. And recently, he sent me something here in an email. And I know I have this. I want to be able to share this real quick. Wes said, and I need to put my glasses on because I can't read this on the screen here. He said, I always feel inspired. And he put a headshot on there and said, here's a quote that you can use on your show, because I always feel inspired working with Jeff. As a mentor, he knows all the scripts and tricks in the trade, seamlessly integrate his years of industry knowledge while showing you exactly how to implement these techniques. So Wes, thank you very much. That's super, super cool and very nice of you. We've known each other for a few years. We've been working together a few years and moved companies, and it's great to be in business with you, my friend. So thanks for watching, and thanks again for the great comments. And then I want to also thank another client of mine. He's a newer agent. His name is John Below. He's he coaches lacrosse, which is close to me. I grew up in Maryland. I played lacrosse as a kid growing up from 4th grade all the way through high school, which is a big sport on the East Coast, and actually is a lot big now here in Colorado as well. Coaches high school kids, and he also runs a restaurant. He's a manager in the restaurant. He's been looking to get more involved in real estate and do more. And this quote here, just working with and being coached, see how he uses the word coach by Jeff's been a great experience, not only learning from him and gaining confidence in building his own business, but also having him as a motivator and help me hold him accountable. I'm reading like it was myself, which is really, really important, guys. Super cool to be motivated and, of course, to be held accountable to what you're doing, to what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish in your life and in your business. And these are the words that really touch my heart, where he says, weekly check-ins with meeting with Jeff, and I wouldn't be where I am today. So, Coach John, I appreciate you very much. It's a pleasure to be in business with you. I love what you're doing. I love your tenacity. I love that you're figuring out what your superpower is and how you can get out there and really make an impact and help people in their lives, help people buy and sell homes and do what you do at a high level. So thank you, guys. This is great. We're going to get into the show here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Have you ever used TikTok in your business? I know I hadn't. I mean, why would I use TikTok? My 13-year-old sits around and watches TikTok for hours. I got to constantly be poking him, trying to get him off the couch, to get him off his phone, and he's sucked into it. So why would I be using it for my business? Well, I can tell you what, my guest today is a TikTok master. This guy has been able to accumulate over 260,000 TikTok followers and is able to build an entire SEO marketing and digital agency around a TikTok platform. How is that even possible? So let's get right into it, guys. I want to bring in my special guest here today, the Social TY Pro, Austin Armstrong. What's
Jeff,
happening, my friend?
how's it going? We are going to change some mindsets today about TikTok, brother.
Well, I hope so, because like I said, trying to get my kids off this platform is like, trying to pry them away from TikTok.
It's addicting. It's
Mhm.
addicting for sure.
So, hey, Austin, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm just so impressed by what you've been able to do as far as TikTok and being able to build a whole business around it. But so before we dig right into that, I want you to just tell us a little bit about who you are, and then we're going to get into how you got into this. Like who is the real Austin Armstrong?
You bet. I am just somebody obsessed with digital marketing. To sum it all up, I own Socialty Pro. We're a full service digital marketing agency. But honestly, I am just so passionate about social media and digital marketing. I've been doing this, Jeff, since I was 14, which is 17 years ago. Started back on MySpace doing social media marketing. And I literally just never stopped. So that's, yeah, I mean, I am so passionate about this stuff. I love this stuff. And that's more or less it.
So you said
We'll
you got
start with that.
started. So you said you got started with MySpace.
Yeah, yeah. 14 years old. I stumbled into social media marketing as a 14-year-old, and I just more or less never stopped.
I think that's awesome, because MySpace was, I was already well past that. Like when MySpace, what year was that? Just so I can give a good reference, because I had
Yeah,
no
so,
interest in it.
yeah. I mean, started in 2004, and I think it had its heyday from 2004 to about 2008, and maybe even 2008 was like it was really tapering down
Yeah.
already. So
Okay. So I was 34 years old. So for me, that was like, what is this whole thing? I mean, like I was like almost past that in a way, which almost
sure,
feels the same as TikTok, right? Like, oh, what is this TikTok thing? I mean, TikTok came out in 2016, and you'll talk more about that.
yeah.
But like, I saw that as something like, why would I even bother? So like, what was it that got you, like, why TikTok?
Yeah, so I go back to a Gary Vee quote that wherever there is a collection of people, there's an opportunity to market to them. So how I got started on TikTok, and by the way, 2 days ago was my 2-year anniversary on the platform. So I've been actively creating content for 2 years now. How I got started on it, I was just observing, hearing people like Gary Vee shove it down all of our throats. You got to get on this platform. You got to get on this new platform. It's the newest, biggest thing. It's the fastest growing social media platform ever. So I dabbled on it for a little bit, just kind of learned the app, observed, didn't really create much content. If I did, it was, wasn't for business specific at first. I was jumping on trends, and, maybe I did a video on, a social media topic or a tactic or strategy or something like that. But I never was consistent with it. And then I had a little bit of an epiphany. Why am I was floundering, right? I had created videos for 6 months straight with no real plan, just meaningless, all over the place content. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give this a month and see how it goes. But I'm going to go all in on using it as a tool for my business and see what I can get out of it. I'm going to post 1 to 2 videos every single day talking about the actual services that my agency offers and just see what happens. Just double down, go all in, really narrow. And almost immediately, a couple days later, it took off. So I had one video in particular do exceptionally well in the SEO space. And I doubled down. I got a ton of comments on that video, and I answered every single one of them with a video response. Something really cool within TikTok is the ability to communicate with your audience and answer their questions with video. It's a really personal approach. And I'll cut this short, but one other important thing is that about a year and a half ago, I was let go from my full-time job. So my agency was part-time. It was totally a side hustle. I was sort of blindsided, a little bit of politics, whatever, not going to get into it. Middle of the pandemic, got let go from my job. I had saved up and had income from my company to have about 2 months to go all in and bet on myself as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. And I did. And I even more so went all in on TikTok. Like, this is my job now, is to make this thing work, make this platform work. I cannot fail because I can not fail my family. And it just clicked, man. It just worked. In those 2 months, business skyrocketed. My account skyrocketed. People started to reach out. Leads were being generated. And it literally changed my life overnight. So being fired was the best thing that ever happened to me. And the decision to go all in on TikTok was maybe the second best thing that happened.
That's great. That's great, right? Like, no pressure, no diamonds. It's amazing what we can accomplish when we're under pressure. Like, okay, now I'm let go from my job. I'm doing this kind of as a side hustle. But it sounds like you were catching some momentum on TikTok. So, but I want to back up before you created that momentum and you said to yourself, okay, I'm going to go all in with TikTok. There had to have been something prior to that made you say, well, somebody else has done it, so I know that I can do it. Because you weren't the first one to just jump in on TikTok and become successful because of it. So what did you see, and what did you tell yourself on, like, strategically how you were going to get to the point where you could post 2 things a day? And then we'll get into it here in a little bit on what those things are and how you do it.
Yeah, so there's a very, even still now, there's a very small marketing community on TikTok. But at that time, there were a couple that were doing very well. I always give credit where it's due. There's a great TikTok coach. Her name is Rachel Peterson. She really changed my mindset on TikTok in particular. So I attended one of her live webinars, and she was talking about business owners, how business owners can create service-based videos in short form on TikTok, looking at different hashtags and whatnot. And that really resonated with me. And it's with a D, by the way.
I was going to ask you. I wanted to put that up there, but I wasn't sure.
Threw that up there.
I was like, dang it. It was just my luck, right?
Yeah. Her and Gary Vee are totally the reasons why I went in on TikTok. But I saw what she was doing, and it was really resonating with me because we've been doing YouTube, and I've been doing video marketing for about 8 years, working a lot with professionals. So that's really how I jumped into it and saw that there was an opportunity there. Because, like, if I started talking about SEO on YouTube, it's a pretty saturated platform.
Yeah.
And not to say that there's room to grow in any space, because we're all unique human beings with unique perspectives and communication styles. But it's not a blue ocean, right? There's so much competition on YouTube and other platforms talking about SEO. There was nobody on TikTok talking about SEO. Nobody at all. No accounts dedicated to this one thing. So I saw that as an opportunity. And I decided to jump in all on that.
Cool. So when you saw that opportunity, which is great, because, like, I talk about this all the time in modeling success, And success leaves clues along the way. It's kind of like the breadcrumbs along the trail. I always think about the Brady Bunch. This always dates me. There was a episode in Hawaii where they laid the breadcrumbs, and then they got lost, and then they had to find them. But the bird ate the breadcrumbs. I don't know if you guys remember that, but anyways, and where success leaves clues. And so when we model certain things, so you were modeling a brand new, what kind of brand new, a new venture down the TikTok road, probably modeling what they were doing. So what were some things that you learned from them and what they were doing that a real estate agent could implement into their business to do the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a saying that I always like to say to all business owners that want to market themselves, and that's to quantify your expertise. Really break down everything that you have expertise in, all of the services that you offer, all of the reasons why somebody would come to you for help in the first place. Write all of that down. Literally, yeah, write it down. And now you have a content strategy that you can begin to talk about. And then structuring it. One of the things that I found on TikTok is the attention span is really short. So you really have to focus on having bullet pointed information. So for me, like just riffing did not really work. I had to write down a lot of topics and I had to structure it a little bit better at first. And that structure is really opening with a hook, hooking the attention in, trying to grab their attention immediately providing value. You don't need to talk about yourself, talk about what's going to be beneficial to your audience, to the viewer. And then you can end it with a call to action. There's tons of different call to actions. If you want to capture leads, you can say, contact me here, or click the link in my bio. If you want to increase engagement, you can say, let me know your thoughts on XYZ in the comments. Follow for more tips on this specific thing. And I noticed the more successful people had that format in place over and over again: hook, value, call to action. So I started to emulate that. And this is a format that we apply to all of the TikTok clients and businesses that we work with at our agency now. And it works really well. So quantifying the expertise, breaking it down, and applying it in that really concise structure.
I had myself muted. That right there is a system, right? You've created a framework around how you're going to post your videos on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So even though you've posted, how many videos have you put on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm past 1,400 now, so like 1,450.
Okay, so about 1,450. Okay, in how long?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, and for the most part, those are all following the same structure and the same framework that you just talked about, right?
Yes, unless I'm answering a specific question to somebody in a video response.
Which was generated as a result of one of the other TikTok videos that you had previously done.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So for those of you who are watching live, especially, what questions do you have right now for Austin? Right? Do you have any specific questions on what this framework looks like and how you could adapt it to your real estate business? Are you in a different business and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that somebody could be successful using TikTok? Go ahead and ask your questions in the chat box there. Let us know what you guys have. And I want to get back to the attention span, because that is something that, I've seen studies that we have the attention span of less than a goldfish, which is like 8 seconds.
Crazy.
So
yeah.
I know on certain platforms, especially TikTok, you only have a certain amount of time to capture somebody's attention. I want you to get into the human aspect of that. And I also want you to touch on the algorithm piece of that.
Sure. Yeah. So on the human piece, you really have, because TikTok is it's so easy to scroll. Like, you could almost compare it to like a dating app like Tinder, right? Like if you don't like what you see immediately, you just swipe right, right? So same thing on TikTok, you swipe up and down. So you have to immediately address a pain point, an emotional trigger, the value of the video, something that will genuinely help the viewer as soon as possible. So some recent ones, like I will open my video up by saying, this will get you more website traffic, right? That took me a second, 1.5 seconds to say. If they're interested in that, they're going to keep watching. If they're not, they're going to scroll on. So I've already pre-qualified the person by addressing the subject matter that I'm about to talk about. From an algorithmic perspective, watch time and view duration, and even more specifically on TikTok, completion rate and rewatch rate is really important. So that's why the structure is so important, is it helps increase that watch time, overall view duration, and rewatch potential. And I'll give a hack for this in a second. But making sure that there's no fluff in there. You know, YouTube is different. If I were to do a YouTube video in that format, I might do something like, in this video, I'm going to be talking about X, Y, and Z. That's already too long. That's already too long to hook that audience in. And then on YouTube, sometimes we roll the intro banner, right, for a couple seconds. Or you might even introduce yourself and the value proposition of that channel. Hi, I'm Austin, your TikTok coach that's going to help you, grow your business on TikTok. You're already 20 seconds in. That should be the length of your entire video on TikTok. So you really have to figure out how you can bullet point the information, right? So, what works for me is immediately hooking the audience by telling them. And a quick little power hack is structure your video so that it can loop. So your first sentence should be something like, as an example, how to get more website traffic, right? And then immediately start showing tips. Pay attention to your analytics. Make sure that you have a video in your embedded into your blog article. Make sure that your content is XYZ, or header tags are this way, and then end it by saying something like, and that's how to get, or and that's how to get more website traffic. You see what I did there? So the last sentence ties into the opening of the video. And if you do this really cleverly, your audience and the viewers don't necessarily know that the video has started over again in loops until it's already too late. So you're increasing that watch time dramatically.
That is a nugget right there. There's the structure. There's the framework. Now, I want to dig a little bit more into that, but we have a great question here. And this one is from
Jen DeVore.
It's from Jen DeVore in the house. What's up, Jen? So she says, with repurposing TikTok videos as YouTube shorts, am I putting my channel at risk of copywriting strikes if I upload a TikTok that has trending music or sounds on it into my YouTube channel? I see a lot of creators doing it, but I'm wondering if anybody has had issues. That's a great question, Jen. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, great question. So I repurpose everything across every platform. Long story short is it can, if there's copyrighted music on there, it will send it'll say copyright violation on the back end of YouTube. However, this is coming from the mouth of the beast. A year and a half ago, when YouTube Shorts just dropped, they had addressed this specific question. So it can affect monetization. However, Shorts cannot be currently monetized. They're working on a beta program, etc. It should not impact your channel overall. However, if you want to work around this, what you should do is create the content outside of TikTok itself. You can just use your camera and then edit it right on your phone. I use an app called InShot to do specific videos like this, and don't have any music on there. So then what you can do is you can upload that video natively to TikTok and use the music that's specifically on TikTok. You can re-upload it onto YouTube Shorts specifically and use the YouTube background music. Same thing on Instagram Reels as well. So it's not a big concern, but I would be cautious about it because it could change at any time.
What about, like, if you did, since we're talking TikTok, let's say you did a TikTok and you used the music from TikTok, but it was just a regular song. Let's just say it was a Bob Marley song.
Yeah.
If you then exported that video and then put it onto YouTube Shorts, Reels, or any of the other platforms, is that an copyright? Is that an issue?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was talking about. So yes,
Okay.
you will get those copyright claims on the back end.
Okay, even though you could get the same song on that other channel, you would just need to pull it from that channel.
Exactly.
So the fix for that is just record it on your phone first and then upload it to the individual platforms on their own, then go ahead and add in the music, the overlays and so forth.
Absolutely. Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right, cool. So for people, Austin, for people who are like, all right, where do I even get started? Like we've talked about structure, we've talked about like exporting and importing, maybe some stuff that's a little bit further along. Let's peel it back a little bit more and start really from scratch. People brand new accounts. Like what are like a few things that they should do, like must do's right away, whether it's before they start posting them or like right when they start posting videos. And then we're going to get into actually posting the videos.
Yeah, yeah. So do you want me to gear this towards real estate agents specifically or all businesses in general?
Let's I don't know, what do you guys think in the chat box? What do you
Let us
guys
know.
think?
Where should we go?
What do you guys want? For those of you who are watching live, for those of you who are watching the recording, awesome. Thank you. You're going to get your goods, I promise you that. All right, we'll give it a sec, see if there's any more questions on that. Let's make it specific for real estate. Let's make it specific for real estate. So you're a real estate agent, you're watching this and you're like, wow, you know what? Like I've been hearing stuff about TikTok and this was the video they watched. They're like, all right, now I'm going to do it. I'm listening to a pro. What should they do? What should it look like?
Okay, I've prepared for this. Your goal as a real estate agent is to make your page the go-to resource in your area so that they can trust you no matter where they're at in their buyer's journey, no matter where they're ready to make a purchase or they're considering moving to the area or they're selling their house, whatever it is their objective. Your goal here, if you want to be successful, is to put out all of the content that would be helpful for somebody just moving to the area so that they can trust you. And even if they're not ready in that moment, when they are ready, you're the first person that they think about. So really outlining a content buckets before you even get started will really help you craft a content strategy so that you're not thinking like, oh my gosh, what do I need to record today? I'm out of ideas. Structure this out ahead of time. Okay. So I actually wrote some notes down. I'm going to read off of this. So, and I've studied a lot of real estate agents on TikTok as well. There are a good amount on there. This platform is an opportunity for you all to be industry leaders in your specific area. The top dogs, the Redfins, the Zillows, the whatever, cannot compete with you if you go this granular. So 30-second house tours, hyping up the property. No brainers, right? Take people room by room, share out. You could do a recurring series on, and this could be your opening hook. Here's what $300,000 can buy you in Dallas, Texas, or here's what $500,000 can buy you in Austin, Texas, et cetera. Enter your city there, for instance. You want to provide first-time home buyer tips so that they really trust you, so that you can help them save money, right? Things that you don't know what you don't know, right? Should they waive inspections? Should they bid under asking? Can you share with them how they can save money on closing costs or any other information like that? Highlight really cool things to do in the area, the best food in town, the best restaurants, the best parks for dogs, for kids, the best bars and restaurants, the best activities. Talk about property values increasing so that they can see their home buying as an investment, right? Bring past clients on that you've helped buy and sell homes to get testimonials from you. If you outline all of these things, you have years worth of content. Never mind answering specific questions that you're going to get in the comments. I would outline that all first, do some research on other real estate agents on the platform and in general, seeing how they're formatting, what they're using, what background music they're doing, what their bio looks like, what calls to action that they're using, how they're capturing leads, the music, the hashtags specifically. Go live often so that you can answer questions in real time. That was a mouthful, but that was a 30-second overview there. How's that?
Wow. I mean, we could unpack that for days. But those are everything you just mentioned, Austin. I know just about every real estate agent who's watching this video right now knows this. But they haven't been doing it in a way that's conducive to massive, massive growth through massive reach through a platform like TikTok.
Yeah.
It's been do that, provide that value, go knock doors, do mailers, send emails, and then social media came around. But this is a way to get it out immediately. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. 30-second video. Take one of those topics that you just mentioned. Pretend you're a real estate agent and do your hook, your story, and then your call to action, and then wrap it back around to that.
Okay. Give me a second here.
You got it.
Should you waive inspection? Okay, let me see here. Should you waive inspections? Yes.
Then you're going to show us some of your TikToks.
Okay, sure. Okay, so this is kind of on the spot. Let's see.
It's totally on the spot. It's actually completely on the spot because we're live.
All right. Okay, this is going to be rough. You could play around with this, but I'm going to play off of the should you waive an inspection? So let's see. Should you waive an inspection when you're buying a new home? Well, if you're in a hurry and you need to get a new house immediately, maybe you should. If you're in a really hot buyer's market where there's tons of bidding wars going on, then maybe you should waive it as well. Third tip, enter here. And that's how to know if you should waive inspections on a new when buying a new home. That was really rough, but hopefully that gives the idea.
That's exactly what it was. It just that what I wanted to show was that you don't even need to know enough about the business to put a TikTok together, a quick one, 30 seconds or less, or even 15 seconds. You got 3 seconds to get the audience's attention. And that was your hook. Say your hook again.
How to know if you should waive an inspection when buying a home.
Boom. Okay. If I'm thinking about it, then I'm going to check that out. Now, for the people who are watching, they're like, yeah, but why do people care about that? Why would people care about that, Austin?
Well, I'm a first-time home buyer recently,
right?
And we're in a really hot market. That's where I based this whole question off of, actually. So our real estate agent told us that we should waive the inspection, and we actually did a walk and talk because every house that we looked at, there's 8 to 10 offers on it. So we found one that we liked. And we put an escalation clause in it. That could be another topic. Should you put an escalation clause in your offer, right? And he said, let's waive the inspection. Let's put in an escalation clause, and rather than doing a full inspection, we'll just do a walk and talk and see if the seller's open to that. And we did all of these things. We listened to his advice. We had a great real estate agent, and we got the offer on our very first. We got the house on our very first offer that we put in. A lot of people, I'm in the DMV area, I'm in Northern Virginia. People are bidding on 5, 6, 7 house, or putting in 5, 6, 7 offers before they get a house. We listened to our real estate agent's advice. We waived that, and that was one of the single reasons. There was another offer on the house as well, but the seller went with us, and we think that that's one of the major reasons why.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Positioned yourself in a way. And that's information that a real estate agent can then take, like you just did, and share it on TikTok. Now,
Yeah.
for you, as somebody who is a TikTok user who's on TikTok looking, when you were ready to start the process of looking for a home, that stuff started to show up in your feed, didn't it?
Yeah,
How did
absolutely.
that happen?
Well, TikTok has probably the best algorithm ever. And people are wary of it. Like when you first open the app, it's going to show you randomness because it doesn't know what you like. But the more that you're starting to engage with stuff, like, I might get a random real estate video, and maybe I watch that video for a little bit longer than the other random stuff in my feed, or maybe I heart that video, or maybe I leave a comment, right? Engage with that video in some way, or maybe I did a search for real estate in my particular area. Um, if you're showing interest in a particular topic or subject, it's going to show you more of that content. And the more that you engage with that content, the more content that it's going to show. So that's really the power, circling it back to this content strategy a little bit. You have to be consistent with uploading this content as well, so that you are training TikTok of who your content is for, and that you can continue to stay top of mind. But it's a fantastic algorithm. You just have to put in just a little bit of work to tell it what you're interested in, and you'll get addicted in no time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, so for real estate agents that are like, oh my gosh, I'm already so busy. I'm already doing this. I'm trying to build
Yeah.
email campaigns. I'm working on my listing consultations. Like, I have so much. Why should I use TikTok? Like, it's just one more thing that I have to do, one more thing that I have to learn. Why should a real estate agent use TikTok?
I'll give you a couple reasons. First, it's the fastest growing social media platform ever, and it's untapped by the majority of business owners. So yeah, there's a couple real estate agents on here. I guarantee if there's another one in your area, there's probably only one. You got no competition.
Right?
There's over 100 million active users in the United States alone on TikTok right now that spend an average of 60 minutes a day on the platform. Everybody's target audience is on TikTok, and it's not being used correctly for businesses. Another reason why you should be on there is because when you get this flow down, this structure, you can crank out content like nothing. It takes you no additional time. Yes, you can add production value if you want, but to just get started, you don't. My content, and we can show some of my videos on here, takes me a minute from A to Z. And I'll just be, working. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have an idea for a TikTok video. I just pump it out real quick. It takes me a minute to do. I know exactly what I need to do because I've built that muscle over uploading, 1,400 videos. But I got it down. I know the format that works. I know how to increase my viewer duration as much as possible. I can crank that content out. I'm selfie, screen record, selfie, like
Yep.
value, call to action, right? Just get started with it. Be consistent. Upload content every day. And a final reason why you should be doing this right now is, we've alluded to it before. There is you can repurpose your content across every other platform, including your website. Okay. There has never been a better time to grow on social media than right now, because TikTok forced the hand of every other social media platform out there. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, we have Pinterest. Um, I repost them on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Every platform supports vertical video now. So you can record one video and easily repurpose it across every major platform. 5 years ago, repurposing was a no-no. You want to create unique content for each individual platform. This right now works across every platform.
Yeah, that is so huge and such a big thing, because one 30-second video that may take you just a few minutes to put together with the formula. And I think we have something to share here in a little bit to help people do that. I think it's like a checklist to help people, and we'll
Yeah,
do that, is to follow that system. And like, just remember, every expert started as a beginner. So I'm sure
absolutely.
like your first few TikToks probably
Garbage.
sucked. And then
Garbage.
after that, they got better. And what happened was, like you said, you started building that muscle where now all of a sudden you could start using it more. It became more effective, more efficient. And now I'm sure you're batching content, which we won't get into yet because I want you to show some of your current TikToks. But what it does, guys, too, is it adds authority. You know, if somebody's on the platform with 100 million users, there's people on it. It's not just for kids, you guys. There's a lot of adults on here that are cruising around, and they come across, like, if I was looking for SEO and I came across Austin's platform and I see he has 260,000 followers, he already has authority there. So just remember that that's creating authority, and you'll get business from it. Obviously, Austin's got an award back there, what he made. Can I share that? Can I share?
Sure.
He made over $250,000 using video. This is the Dark Horse Society Award. Thank you, Video Marketing World. Shout out to Video Marketing World. What's up? I mean, you guys, that's $250,000 from video, and he's doing TikToks. And he just showed you how you can do it in your real estate business. He just gave you an example. And in a few minutes, we're going to give you some more really good stuff. We're going to give away some free stuff. I actually have some shirts to give away. Oh, Austin, my brother, what size do you wear?
Give me a medium. I will rock that in some videos.
All right. I got you a medium. You want gray or you want black?
Black.
Black. All right. Black medium for Austin. I'll get your mailing address
Thanks,
later.
brother.
You got it. All right. Let's Austin, I want you to share your screen. I want everybody to see what your TikTok's like. Let's go through that, like that system, that process that you're using in your TikToks. So you can go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah. Okay, let me know. Here, let me refresh this here. Can you see my screen okay? Can you see my screen? Oop. I can't tell if you can see my screen or not. I can't hear you. Oops.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I had my, anyways, yeah, we can totally see it. Looks great.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'll just pull up a recent video. Here, we'll do this one.
YouTube hack to increase your ad revenue. Go to your YouTube channel, click on estimated revenue, then click on see more. Click on this little plus icon, then select RPM. Post more videos of the ones that have the highest RPM. And that's a YouTube hack to increase your ad revenue.
Whoops.
That was exactly that was exactly what you just said. That hook at the beginning told the viewer exactly what it was. You grabbed the attention in the first 3 seconds. Then you showed some very specific things that people could do. So there's the value. And then you wrapped it back around to say, and this is what you used to get this.
Yes. And that was a 15-second video. So you have to do your best to hook them, provide them with something that they can take away and hold their attention.
Yes. Yep.
You want to watch another example? I got tons of them.
Let's see a few more examples.
I got 1,400 examples.
Well, let's do this because I know I'm curious. I want to see your most watched TikTok. And I want to see how many views it has on it. This will probably blow your guys' mind.
Oh my gosh. All right. That's going to be hard to pull up.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, do you guys have what questions do you guys have? Also, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and post your questions, your comments down below. There's also some resources down there. We'll have Austin's checklist. I have a free ebook for you guys to help you launch your real estate business. If you're thinking about getting your license, you're not licensed yet, and you're just learning about TikTok and real estate, can help you get your license. Just go ahead and comment down in the section there. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what helps, what's helping you, what's not, what you want to learn more about, what live videos do you want? Who do you want me to bring on the show? And we'll absolutely make that happen because we're doing this for you guys. So were you able to find that, Austin?
Yeah, I have a good example. My top viewed video is not really relevant to business or anything. So I'm going to show you a very successful video that is.
And then you're going to show us that one.
I can if you want. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you has 1.5 million views, and like 50,000 shares or something like that. So one sec, share my screen again. Okay, you can see this. Okay.
I'm gonna. Yes. There we go.
Yep. Okay.
3 incredibly useful websites that are about to change your life. Infogram.com. Easy to use and editable templates for slides, dashboards, infographics, Instagram posts, and so much more. And it's free. Alternative2.net. Find alternative services and websites to some of your favorite things. Want to find a free Photoshop alternative? Just click on it and apply the free filter. uopeople.edu. University of the People is the first nonprofit, American-credited, and tuition-free online university. Share this video with yourself because this is going to come in handy. 3 incredibly useful
And
websites
so let's
that are
see if I
about to
can
change your
pull
life.
here one sec. There we
Infogram.com.
go.
Easy to
sec.
use and editable templates for slides.
Here, I'll show you the analytics on this. Take you behind the scenes a little bit. So yeah, 1.5 million views here, 140,000 people liked it, 43,000, almost 44,000 shares, 20% of people watched the entire video. That's really important metric. And that gives you, you know, US based, country based, etc.
That's awesome. You had mentioned in that video, I noticed you said save video and come back. Can you talk about like
Yeah.
comments, saves, likes, like, and how all of that stuff ranked? Like you didn't just do that randomly.
Yeah. So have paralysis analysis in the back of your head. If you give people too many options or too many things to do, they're most likely going to not do anything, let alone what you want them to do most. So by having one clear call to action, they're much more likely to take that one specific action. So in that video, for example, I'm telling them to that I want them to share this video with yourself so that you can view them later. There's a couple psychological things that I'm doing there, right? First, I'm telling them one clear thing that I want them to do. And I know that share button has extra weight in the algorithm as an engagement metric in TikTok. So that's one thing. So like, you know, a heart is 1 point, a comment is 2 points, and a share is 3 points, and rewatching is 5 points. We'll just call it that, more or less, right? So I know if I tell them to do one clear call to action, and it's, you know, that 3 point system, over time, I'm going to rack up more points, right? I'm going to get more points on the board. It also increases that watch time on the video. So I just turned one video or one view into repeated viewers because I told them to share this video with themselves so that they can take action on it or watch it later, for instance.
That's awesome. Yep. So it's you're doing that purposely to get people to get more points to kick the algorithm in, and also people rewatch the video and save that. So that's another little hack for you guys. So for those of you who were doubting TikTok when you first started watching this video, hopefully now you're starting to see that there's actually a process for this. And there are some really good, legitimate reasons that Austin brought up on why you should be using this platform, right? So think about like some of the things that he mentioned earlier, as far as, you know, 3 things to why not to get an inspection, or think of all the things that you do in your business on a daily basis and how you could sum that up in 15 to 30 seconds with, really, guys, it's how-tos or 5 things you need to know about, resources, value propositions that you should already be offering to your clients that you can now be offering to the world. So let's get into that a little bit. Austin, is how did you build the business part? You have all of these followers, you have all of these likes, the channel's kicking butt. It's great for the ego, but how does that equate to actually making money?
Yeah. So I've monetized my TikTok channel in 7 or 8 different ways. I'm not telling everybody to do that. Start with one clear goal of how you want to make money or capture leads. How I grew my business and gained clients is through having a Calendly link in my bio. So your bio and the link in your bio are absolute powerhouses if you take advantage of them. So that bio, for instance, you want to have some keywords in there as well. So like you could have like, Houston, Texas real estate agent, right? So that when anybody searches for you, they know what you're about, and then below that, you could have a value proposition, right? Helping new people in Houston move in comfortably. I don't know, off the cuff. And then the third line, because you get limited characters in your bio, you could say a call to action in there. So, get a quote today, or
get my free buyer's guide today. Get my free marketing guide today.
Absolutely. Whatever. Yeah. Like mine, for instance, says links to grow your business, right? And I take them to my Beacons link, which has a bunch of different links. It's a link expander. But you could just start with having, schedule a free 15-minute call with me here, right? And then it takes them to a calendar link or whatever your calendar link is, and you can pre-qualify them on Calendly by asking them specific questions. And that's what I do. That's one of the top things in my Beacons. So I have that links to grow your business here. It opens up my link expander, my Beacons. And then I think the very first one is a lead magnet, get my free TikTok for business checklist. And then below that, I think is schedule a 15-minute call with me. That takes them to my Calendly. And I'll be honest with you, I get about 15 to 20 leads a week through TikTok doing that specifically. I just launched that, like, I'll take you behind the veil here, right? I just launched that TikTok for business checklist this week. So it's Thursday. I have 85 email addresses so far that have been input into my my email drip campaign, right? So it's been 3 days, 85 emails. These are 85 potential customers, but potential people that I can help grow their businesses on TikTok. From there, like, those are the two primary ones, right? Put together a free offer so that you can capture their email, make it really easy for them to contact you. If you want more phone calls, for instance, if that's your preferred method, in Beacons, you can just have a clickable phone number button so that anybody that clicks on that link, it opens their phone, has the number in there. All they need to do is press dial, right? Make it as easy as possible for them to contact you, whatever that contact method is that you want, right? You want to capture, you want to do form fills, you send them to a form fill and have them do it that way. But the easier and less steps that you can give them, all the better. From there, you can do all sorts of different things. Like, I do affiliate marketing. I have been very successful doing affiliate marketing in TikTok. I promote a service, I promote a website. I say, if you want to try it out, click the link in my bio. Percentage of people that click on that link will sign up. Anybody that signs up, I get a commission. I personally love recurring commission affiliate marketing, so that they pay a monthly fee for that service. I get a monthly recurring fee as long as they pay and set up. Another way that you can monetize your channel is by doing paid promotions or brand deals, commonly called in the YouTube space, right? Once you build up a large enough following talking about a specific thing, you can open that up to brand deals, right? So like we talked about, like talking about in the real estate space, talking about the best restaurants or bars or parks or libraries or whatever in your area. Well, if you're becoming a huge resource for your town or the city that you're in, and you have a lot of eyeballs that are interested in things and places in that particular area, well, guess what? You can go to businesses and businesses will start coming to you to promote their services. So on the back end, you can say XYZ mom and pop shop is the best Italian restaurant in Houston, Texas. Your audience doesn't need to know. I mean, you should tell them, you should like disclaim, like put ad in there or whatnot, that it's a sponsored ad, but you can use that to your advantage. You can talk about services or products or whatever areas in your town and get paid from that, from the business. So those are a couple different ways.
Yeah, I mean, you just keep rattling off all of these different ways that you've been able to monetize from TikTok. But it started as, I'm going to use TikTok to build my SEO and digital marketing agency, yes, right?
Absolutely.
Look at all of these additional ancillary opportunities that came about as a result of posting 2 TikToks a day. One thing you mentioned that was really important here, and it's really a catalyst to all of this, is you have to offer something of value to the audience. It doesn't have to be every single time. I mean, I have one where we're throwing, I'm looking at it right now, we're throwing a football into a trash can a bunch of times because I was doing it with my kid. But that's, and we can get into this if we have some time, like that's a relatable subject where people can relate to me and my family. But I also have, free launch guides for real estate agents, free scholarship, these things to help people get what they want. They will gladly trade an email address to be able to get that. So for real estate agents, think about that, a free, take your buyer's guide, your buyer consultation, or your marketing guide, and scale it down to like a 2-page PDF. I'm going to share again here in the chat box. And by the way, if you're watching the replay of this, or you need to go back and watch the replay, all of the links that I've shared in the stream today, I will post down in the comment box or in the description box. You can always click on those. But for those that want to take a look at Austin's free resources, all of the things that he offers, these things of value to his audience, I'm still just like reeling about all these extra opportunities that, because I teach that, like,
Yeah.
For real estate agents to also to become entrepreneurs, because we work in this model that allows us to do that, that creates passive flows of income. And this just goes right along with it. So it gets me excited on that. So little tangent there, but
yeah. Start with one and then build upon it. That's the thing too. Like you don't need to build, 7, 8 income streams at once. Like that's going to be overwhelming. Start with one, master it, then move on to the second.
Yep. So like buyer's guides, listing guides. I mean, real estate agents, think about all of these things. You can also, speaking of Calendly, I have my Calendly link down below in the description box that you can click, sign up for some time to chat with me. We can help work through some of these topics, get you, as Austin called it, and I call it as well, lead magnets, things that people want that are tangible that they can take with them. And I can help you with that as well. Austin, we're coming to the top of the hour, my friend. This has been really, really, really good. I always learn a ton in chatting with you.
Likewise,
I've taken some notes today on a few things. I know our audience has a ton of takeaways. For those of you who are still watching live here at the end, let us know what other questions you have before we get going here in a few minutes. And then, Austin, what else do you want to close out with? What else do you want to share?
Yeah, I have a really, so you had, you wanted to see my number one most viewed video.
Yes, let's check it out.
And I also, so this is not related to business, but sometimes, trending topics or understanding the zeitgeist will help you have viral videos that are related. But there's an underlying thing here that I want to share with it as well. So a strategy, if you will. Okay, you can see my screen again, hopefully.
Yes.
Here.
Yep.
Okay, so what I want you to notice here is I'm going to pull up this video. This has 2.3 million views. Repost your most popular videos, guys and gals. You see, I did this one video 6 times and it did, 157,000 here. It did 140,000 here. These kind of flopped, but it still did a couple, 1,000 videos. If you have a video that you already did, it doesn't matter if you do that same topic again. You can literally even just repost that same video. Look, this is a repost. These are 3 separate videos. It's the same video that I reposted again and got another 150,000 views. So that's the underlying strategy. But let's
there's a huge hack right there, you guys. You can repost the same ones. You don't even have to do them over and over. Obviously, you want to start creating a library of these. Start recording again, you guys. What are you doing on a daily basis? And what will happen is you'll start to train your brain. It's funny. I have a quick story about this. My family knows how much video I'm doing. I'm living, breathing, eating video, consuming content, sharing content. And this morning I was in our virtual world, which is our office, our EXP virtual world office. We don't have any brick and mortar. And I was in our accounting department. I had a question about my W-9. I got a letter in the mail saying I needed to update it. And I'm like, this seems a little fishy. And so I was in there. It took me 7 minutes from the time I logged in to have my W-9 all figured out, what was going on and so forth. And I was done. Where normally this could take days to figure out. I walked into the kitchen. I told my wife, I said, gosh, that was just an incredible experience. And one of the things that I absolutely love about eXp Realty. And she goes, you should make a video about it. So what happens is you start to really internalize these things, and more ideas start to come up when you have a structure and you know what you're looking to do. So, all right, Austin, thank you so much. Hey guys, get in touch with Austin. All of his beacons are down below. Beacons mean all of the links, all of the free resources, anything to help you with TikTok. I guarantee you he's going to be able to help you at a high level. Sign up in his calendar, get his free resources, take advantage of all this stuff, you guys, because he's the master at it. So, Austin, thank you so much for being here. Any last words?
No, I appreciate you, brother. Anybody that watches this, whether it was live today or watching the replay, just take action. Get started on it. Jump in, create consistent videos. Give it a month. See what happens.
There we go, guys. Take action on it. Give it a month. Be consistent. Follow a structure. And until next time, see ya.